We shift focus now to Zambia, where the United Nations has raised alarm over the shrinking democratic space in the southern African country. This follows an increase in arbitrary arrests and detention of opposition political party leaders, parliamentarians, human rights defenders and activists, as well as restrictions on gatherings, peaceful protests and rallies. In a report released yesterday, the United Nations said since January 2022, at least 26 such cases have been brought to the attention of the United Nations, with information received indicating that in some cases, arrests and intimidation stemmed merely from expressing critical views of the Hakainde Hichilema government. According to the United Nations, the government's hostility has not only been limited to opposition figures, but extends to journalists. Since December 2021, at least 16 incidents against journalists or media outlets were recorded. Meanwhile, we caught up with the leader of one of Zambia's opposition parties, Dr. Fred Mmembe, who summed up for us the current political situation in Zambia. Dr. Mmembe has been on the receiving end of the Zambian government-sponsored repression of opposition figures in what analysts say is incumbent President Hakainde Hichilema's plan to consolidate power ahead of elections in 2026.
It has to take the United Nations to voice out on this issue of human rights abuses in Zambia. The demagogic champions of human rights are all quiet. They are all silent. They are vocal when it comes to other countries, like Zimbabwe and others. They are vocal, those they don't like. This is their puppet regime. It's a regime they have created. It's a regime they are sustaining. They don't want to criticize it. We are not alone in observing the human rights abuses in Zambia. Every day or every week, opposition politicians are being arrested and charged, prosecuted on very few charges. This is not going to continue forever without other human beings on this planet realizing that there's something that has gone wrong in Zambia. The people who claim or who claimed to be human rights champions today are the worst violators. Yes, we have been vindicated, but this is not enough. Things have to change. We can't continue on this path.
Asked whether opposition political parties in Zambia had plans to escalate the dire political situation in Zambia to the Southern African Development Community Chairman, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, Dr. Mmembe had this to say.
President Mnangagwa has just taken up the chairmanship of our region's body, SADC. We don't want to burden him with a lot of problems. It is something that we can still deal with, but we are aware that every leader in this region is observing what is going on in Zambia. No one is blind to this. And also we understand the principles on which President Mnangagwa operates. President Mnangagwa believes in solidarity in our region. He believes in a peaceful region. He believes in cooperation. He believes in the friendship that has existed for a very long time in our region, especially among our key leaders. Yes, friends should criticize each other, but friends should not criticize each other publicly. They should praise each other publicly, but criticize each other privately. When you hear friends criticizing each other publicly, then you know something has gone wrong. We saw it with Zambia. The Zambian authorities, their behavior over the elections that took place in Zimbabwe last year, that was uncalled for. We don't want to push President Mnangagwa in that direction. We don't want it to appear as if he is abusing his chairmanship of SADC. We'll handle this to the best of our abilities until we can't. When we can't, the friends of Zambia, the leaders of our region, the people of our region will definitely not turn a blind eye to what is happening in Zambia.
Stay with us for more news.